Good morning, friends. Happy, beautiful, sunny, partly cloudy day today. All right, I am talking today. I called my video, Why This One Word is So Important. Get ready for the drum roll. If I had a drum roll, you know what the word is? Why. I thought it was funny when I wrote that. I was like, hey, why this one word is so important? And the answer is why. Here's my thing. If you've ever had a little kid in your house, you've heard why. They ask why for everything. Why does it do this? Why this? Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to use it like this? Why does this toy like this? Why does it move like this? Why is this there? Why? And people actually don't like that toddler stage of why. In our house, we didn't really have a challenge with the why, because that is my favorite word. So I was usually answering Ellie's why before she ever got to ask, and I let her ask lots of whys also. So much so that we call our homeschool the Academy of Curiosity, where if we go into some place, for example, we went to use a restroom at a restaurant one time, and I was like, why are there 3 doors in here? There's one to the bathroom, and then there's one over here and one over here. Well, I opened up those doors before Ellie ever got the chance to open those doors because I needed to know why they had so many doors. And the answer was one door was covering up a window to make it a bathroom, so you didn't see out into the outside. And one was like a door to a little secret closet thing. And I was like, well, I answered my question of why. And that's why little kids do that. They ask why because they need to learn. They ask why to be curious. They ask why because they don't know. I talk to Danny about this all the time. I'm like, adults know a lot of things, but when we're raising up little kids, we really are raising up little kids. They don't know everything. Like, they need to know why you do this, or how this works, or how this, put this together. Like, you need to teach them and show them, because this is how they know. This is how you get to be a grown-up and know the answer to these why questions, because somebody taught you before. My question is, why do adults stop asking why? So many people I see don't ask why. Like, either doesn't go in their head that they should ask why, they're too scared as an adult to ask why, or they don't feel empowered to ask why. Like, why is a challenging word, or can seem more challenging as an adult. So why do people stop? And those 3 reasons are why. Like, they're just not curious anymore. People lose their creativity and curiosity as they grow up, which is crap. They don't need to do that. You know, sometimes they're too scared to ask why. I will always ask why. We were just at the Great Wolf Lodge for the last 2 days, and like, it was a beautiful day, gorgeous outside pool, and here comes my question. Why isn't it open? And it's a simple question to somebody that can give us the answer. And the answer was they didn't have enough people. So if you didn't ask, you wouldn't know the answer. And then people asked why enough, then the pool got opened, because they saw it was a priority people, because it was, I called it catalog perfect. I was like, nobody even knows a catalog anymore, but it was like a picture perfect day. I was like, this goes on your Facebook and your Instagram. This is how you get people to come, because this is absolutely gorgeous outside right now. Places where you need to ask why at work. If so-and-so comes and says, blah, 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 why? Why are we starting to do blah, 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 blah? Wasn't blah, 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 blah that we used to do good enough? Ask it why at your child's school. Ask why when you buy something. You know, why is this printer $300 and this printer is $500? Why and what makes it different? In the doctor's office, ask why. Why should I give this to my child? Why should I do this? In the hospitals, always ask why, because a lot of times people are just on autopilot of things. Well, we do this. Why do we do this? And is this in my best interest to do this? This is where it comes in for your advocating for your people and for yourself. And even me, I'm an advocate for you all. Teaching you about advocacy, I'm advocating for everybody. In the doctor's office, in the dentist's office. You know, I had my video last time about being at the dentist. I had a new hygienist, and she asked, Cindy, why do you use the pumice for your polishing instead of using the flavored blah, 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 blah? Here's the answer. My answer is, blah, we don't use the fluoride. There you go. And then she said, is it because it has fluoride? She's like, I will check and see if this still has fluoride in it. And I was like, thank you very much. This is why we change. I asked why about something. What and why does this have in it? They said fluoride. I said, we don't use fluoride. So what is our option? Then that's how we got to use something different. But then she was new, needed to know me. Why do you do this? So she did a great job bearing the burden of knowing, asking me why. So instead of just saying, oh, her chart says this, we'll go with it. She took the time to say why. And then said, could it be because of this? Let's see. Oh, my favorite thing, my favorite answer for why. Why? Why? Because we always have done it this way. And that answer used to always make my skin crawl. Why do you do this? Well, we've always done it this way. And I always thought, oh, I don't like that answer, until somebody else presented it to me differently. When they tell you that answer, that means there's room for opportunity. It also means those people are stuck. They've always done it this way, so we're going to keep always doing it this way. But it's a place for opportunity. I've heard a story one time about a mother teaching her child how to bake like the turkey or chicken for Thanksgiving. And they always got the chicken out, and they chopped off the beginning part and the end part. They put it in the oven, and they baked the turkey or chicken. And nobody asked why. Like the grandma taught the granddaughter or grandmother, and then taught the mom, and the mom was teaching the granddaughter, and the granddaughter was passing it on to the great-granddaughter. For 4 generations, they've always chopped off the beginning and chopped off the end of the meat, put it in a pan, and cooked it for their Thanksgiving meal. Until one day, the great-granddaughter asked, why do we chop off the beginning and why do we chop off the end? So 3 generations prior hadn't asked the question, why? You know what the answer was? I'm gonna lean in for this one. Because the great-grandmother's pan wasn't big enough for all of the turkey or chicken to fit in. So they had passed down generations after generations after generations the recipe and how to cook the turkey for Thanksgiving. And they always took off the top and took off the bottom of the meat because the grandmother didn't have a big enough pan. That was the only reason. So generations carried it on because we've always done it this way, and it really started for something practical, that they didn't have a big enough pan, so you had to trim it down. It had nothing to do with the recipe, it had nothing to do with it, it had to do with the practical thing of the pan was not big enough. That story cracks me up every time because it's that there. Think about somebody you know, or think about some story in your life, and there's a reason that you keep doing things because somebody's great-grandmother's pan wasn't big enough. And everything is done like that because nobody asked the question why. So I love you guys. I will see you on the next video. Bye.